Hello, and happy Friday to all of my Capricorns. I know somebody's going to say, but it's Thursday. I thought it was Friday. So it is Thursday in some places, but I have subscribers all over the world. So it is Friday in some places, but this is your Friday reading. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Listen, Capricorns, my sea goats. I want to share something with you all because we just left the full moon in Capricorn. Capricorn's card in tarot is the Devil card. So who is the devil trying to pull back more than any other sign backwards into this state of confusion, doubt within yourselves, low vibrating energy, back to addictions or whatever? I'm talking to you also if you're on the cusp of Aquarius and also cusp of Sagittarius. So hopefully they tune into this video as well if they're on the cusp, because this is pretty serious. This is pretty serious because the devil has pulled out the big dogs this time to try to get you to repeat a cycle. Let's get into your reading. The energy has already been cleared. I want to read something to you from the Bible today, right? I want to read. So remove all your, all that you heard. Oh my God, you shouldn't be watching tarot. You shouldn't be watching this. I'm coming to you with information on something that's going to really, really help you today. Remember, the devil is trying to pull you backwards. But God said, that's mine. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's mine right there. Your ancestors have a vested interest because although while you all are earth signs and you want to connect a face and a body to what your ancestors look like, is it my grandmother? Is it my grandfather? Some of them, whoever has transitioned and becomes your ancestor, but it's also you coming back around. Your ancestors are you coming back around. They're coming back around. Some of you all look like them. Some of you all have the same eye color. Some of you all have the same hair texture. Some of you all have the same, skin color. The variations of the skin. You have the same skin color. Some of you all have some of the same mannerisms as some of them, or even a combination of them. You are your ancestors. Are we clear on that? Let's get into it. I want you to, if you have a Bible, I want you to pull this out. I used to teach this. Satan tempts Jesus in the desert, right? So the desert would represent those dry spots where you just feel like I'm losing my creativity. So I need to get my creativity. I need to get my water from them. I need to get my knowledge from them. I need to get my sex from them, my emotions from them, because I am just drained emotionally, right? So let me keep you all focused here, because this used to be you sitting in front of a vault filled with everything that you knew that you deserve behind that vault, but it can cause you to be depressed and drained with your head down like this, right? Remember the first time we encounter water. Remember in the desert, there's no water in the desert, right? In that dry spirit of this part of your life, that's that sacral chakra energy. That's where it's the sacral chakra is element of water. The first time you experience water is in a womb. How do you get to be in a womb? You had to connect with somebody through sex, right? Some kind of connection there, right? So here we have, let's pull this out. Here we have Satan tempts Jesus in the desert. First thing is, then the first verse starts off with then. This is the NIV version, right? So you can get King James, whatever version. There's like 1,000 different versions, but whatever version you get, I want you to read it. Then Jesus was led by the Spirit into the desert to be tempted by the devil. First of all, you got to ask the question, because you got to read the Bible like with critical ears, like asking the question to God, who led Jesus into into the desert, right? Then Jesus was led by the Spirit of God, into the desert to be tempted by the devil, right? This is like right before God releases things, right before God opens up this vault to you. The devil could represent, and I got to stop in between this because we're going to be reading from 1 to 11, but I really want to help you all with this. If you feel dry in areas of your money, you feel dry in the areas of sex, like I haven't had sex in a long time, and this person is dangling this over my, or they're using sex to control me, because we're talking about water here, right? We're talking about your creativity. If they're using things to dangle over me, I cannot be tempted by this. The second verse reads, after fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry, right? And we're talking about fasting from TV, fasting from them, like you've been away from them. And don't get put so much into the number 40. 40 means grounding. It's an earth number, right? 0 is the God number, right? So So you've been fasting, you've been thirsty in some areas of your life, right? We're not talking about thirsty in the slang term. We're talking about I miss this energy. I miss this person. I haven't had sex in a long time, so I really miss this person. They seem like they have exactly what I need. Or this person is connected creatively to somewhere I want to get in my music career or my writing career or my poetry career, something, my chef career, graduating from school, something dealing with your creativity, right? So here enters the devil. Because remember, we're in that last quarter moon phase. So last quarter is where you finish strong. You've identified them as being an energy leak because they cause so much confusion in your space, in your universe. But for you, you feel like, okay, I got to stay connected. I need y'all to follow me with this because this is pretty serious. I got to stay connected to this person because if I don't stay connected to this person, they're going to put a bad word out there for me in the industry, in the music industry, in the book, in the literary world, in the chef community, in this community. They're going to put in the workplace, they're going to put the bad word out there against me. But you got to remember, this is what Jesus did. Jesus was fully God and fully man, like we all are, right? So here we have, after fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter, which is Satan, came to him and said, if you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread, right? So this is where Jesus responded at verse 4. Jesus answered, it is written, man does not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God, right? So Jesus is very clear, like you all are, that God resides in Jesus, in you, in each one of you, that God resides in you, right? Number 5, verse 5, then the devil took him to the holy city. And who allowed the devil to take him to the holy city? God. Because right before you're about to open up this vault door, you're tempted by something, right? Any of those areas where you're nervous or scared, it's like, let me pause for here. It's like somebody knows that you're about to leave them in a relationship, and all of a sudden they want to be everything that you need them to be. Now all of a sudden their ears are perked up like a Doberman pincher. They hear every word you say because they know you're about to come into this wealth without them, right? You're about to come into, and wealth represents your friendship circle. It represents peace. It represents joy. It represents the life you know that you deserve, right? They already know that. So they'll tempt you with everything, right? So, like I said, then the devil took him to the holy city and had him stand on the highest point of the temple, right? But see, what the devil didn't realize is that God allowed him to go to his highest frequency and see expansion, right? This is what I can give you. This is God also saying, are you going to bow down to the devil or are you going to bow down to me, right? Within you, because I'm with you always, right? But the devil is trying to tempt you, trying to compete against, right? So for it is written, he will command his angels concerning you, that they will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. The devil will even take you to church. Let's just be clear. Let's be real clear, because how does the devil know you? Because you're sitting in church every Sunday, or that you are listening to tarot every Sunday, or that so the devil is right there in the midst. It's our in the metaphysical, it's our carnal mind. It's our carnal mind. It's this vehicle that we're in. It's our flesh, right? But somebody is thirsty. Somebody is thirsty in areas of sex. They missing somebody who was giving them circus sex and bouncing off the chandelier and, whatever. Somebody is missing something where they feel like, okay, you're so dependent, you're starting to become codependent on something, right? So that's when the devil enters, because God is about to really crack open that door for somebody. That's when you go from this 5 to a 10. This used to be you. This used to be you. So somebody's in a space where they are tired. Like, God, what is it for real? What is it? Like, what is it, right? Because you're about to meet your actual person. Some of you are about to meet your business person, a business connections. Somebody's about to meet your actual person that's not going to dangle things over you. That's going to make you feel like, if you're not with me, I got all the connections. If you're not with me, the devil has a vested interest in isolating you from everything, having you sitting somewhere by yourself, giving them all this energy, giving them all of this energy, right? But I see somebody at a higher frequency. I need you all to come up out of your ego and stop feeling like you were foolish. Like, what was wrong with me? I was foolish, right? You were distracted by the devil. That's what you were. You were distracted by the devil at a higher frequency. And the way that you're going to do about it is going to come across so spontaneous, because this is attached to the planet Uranus, which is the planet of spontaneity, uniqueness. It's the way you're doing. That's why you got to keep your vibrations high. Continue to remain positive. Somebody knows that you're about to have the bomb project to come out. Like somebody knows that your project is excellent coming out. Somebody knows that you have some connections without them. That's what they really are afraid of, right? So here's the connection you have is with God. Here you go. Verse 7, Jesus answered him, it is also written, do not put the Lord your God to the test. See how the devil tried to come up against Jesus and try to throw word up against Jesus, like, but I thought God said this, right? Remember, if you are the Son of God, now you're trying to question who you are. Right now the enemy is trying to question who you are. If you all of that, then how come your career is not here? If you all of that, how come things haven't popped off or taken off for you, right? If you are the Son of God, he said, throw yourself down, for it is written. So that may come across to some of you all, if you that good, if your life is that good, let's see how great you'll be without me. Let's see how great you'll be without me, right? So verse 7, Jesus answered him, it is also written. So Jesus is with it. Jesus is like, I'm with all of it's, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about without cursing, right? Jesus is like, I'm with all of it, because I can come for everything you say. You try to use the word against me, and I know who I am. The word is in me. I am the word, right? The word is already residing in me. I know who I am. Right? I know who I am, and I know what resides in the spirit that resides in me. So you trying to question me. Now you getting me fired up. Like, what's up now? Okay. So it is also written, do not put your Lord God to the test. So Jesus is really with it. Jesus is really about their life. Like saying, don't test me. Don't tempt me, because I know who I am. The fact that you would even try to come up against me and try to tempt me and try to gaslight me and manipulate me lets me know that I got you shook, like you are shaken to the core. I know who I am. I'm solid. I'm riding with me. I'm ride or die for me. That's the theme of today's reading for every sign. Ride or die. I ride or die for me. So if we really being honest here, I really don't need you. Okay? That's anybody that's trying to make you feel like without them, there would be something lacking in you, right? So verse 8, again, see, the devil had to come back again, because remember, they sent out the small dogs first, because, okay, let's see if we can isolate Capricorn. Let's get Capricorn away from everything they know. Let's present something to Capricorn. But I'm telling you, some of y'all got some people right here in this room that's been looking at pictures. They looking at your site. They like, did you see that person with the side eye corner looking at you out of the corner of their eye? All right. Sometimes when you don't see things, other people are watching out for you right here in this realm. They may send you a picture and say, Capricorn, did you notice that this person was looking at you side eye? Or did you know this, that, and the other? Right? So there is value in posting certain pictures, because there are people out there that's looking at your whole friendship circle, looking at like, that's the Judas in the circle. They don't even know you. That's the Judas in the circle. So God will send a message to you to show you. You better start paying attention to your circle, because you got a Judas in the circle, right? But somebody had to send out the big dogs for you. That's why, like I said before, leaving this full moon in Capricorn and now identifying certain people as being an energy leak, and they know that you about to cut them off, they coming out with it. That's why I got to read this to you all, right? So again, the devil took him to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their splendor. Devil is crafty, right? All of this I will give you, he said, if you bow down and worship me. We all know that the devil don't have anything to offer. If that person who is offering, hey, if you stick with me, I can put you in contact with this person in contact. Well, how come you not there yet? They need you. Somebody needs to wake up and start to see that the devil, they pulled out the big dogs to pull you backwards into, because they're trying to recruit for the devil. Okay, they're trying to recruit. That thing will even take you to church, will have the best sex you ever had in your life, will do everything, but I need somebody to wake up. They need you. Wake up, right? Somebody who really genuinely loves you, had walked away from your life, was not going to bother you. They're not going to keep calling you. In your mind and your ego could think, they haven't called me. I wonder why they not thinking about it. They must have somebody else. Come up out of your ego. They're being obedient to source. versus that energy that keeps coming back, like it says right here. Again, verse 8, again, the devil took him to a high mountain. That's the person who won't leave you alone, because they it seem like they wishy-washy. They leave your life, then they call you again. They go ghost, then they call you again. Right? Playing these games. You feel like I need a break away from them. They start missing you. They pacing the floor. I'm telling you, I'm seeing somebody pacing the floor right now, thinking about, okay, then if I let Capricorn out of my life, that means I'm gonna miss out on some things from Capricorn. So I got to learn how to flip the script to get them to doubt themselves. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about. For some of you all, it's your job. For some of you all, it's your romantic relationships. Any area where it has to deal with, and we're going to get into the rest of the cards in a second. Verse 10, Jesus said to him, this is Jesus saying to him, okay, see, now you got me pissed off, right? Away from me, Satan, for it is written, worship the Lord your God and serve him only. We're not gonna get into an argument about whether God is a man or woman, right? It tells you in the book of Numbers. I don't even engage in that conversation, because it tells you in the book of Numbers in the New Testament, for God is not a man that he would lie, right? In our finite way of thinking as human beings, we got to assign a gender to a spirit. So listen, whatever. I'm not getting into all that. You can read it yourself. Matter of fact, I want you to read it yourself. So God is a spirit. God embodies divine masculine and divine feminine within each one of us. Here we have, then the devil left him and the angels came and attended him, right? That's what I need you all to see. Everything in your life, even if, because maybe your sacral chakra was out of alignment, right? Maybe your sacral chakra was out of alignment, because I don't see water here, right? Even if your sacral chakra was out of alignment and you moved around constantly between 8 and 15 years old, you felt like you were constantly uprooted, like you could never really get your bearing, right? Around that age, God was actually preparing you to be able to adapt easily in the world, because maybe you have something that's on your life where you need to travel often, maybe military, maybe you're a musician, maybe you're a writer, and you need to start learning how, when I travel and I got to go from this place to this place and this place, I'm always taking something with me, whether it's a picture, whether it's a thing, whatever. Some people take dolls, some people take pictures of loved ones, some people take, keepsakes or whatever it is. Do something that keeps you rooted and grounded no matter where you are. So you got to remember that God has always been in the details. God has allowed it to happen for a reason. So come up out of that headspace, right, and get to this right here, because God is trying to put you around some very wealthy people, very wealthy minded people. You don't want to be down with your head down like this. This is how you used to be in the past, confused, right? So here we have the Knight of Wands. This is where you're getting all negative energy out of your space, all of it, all negative energy. You're getting as far away from anything that is confusing you right now and getting back on your throne. See right here, see how this water right here, remember I said water represents the first time we interact with water is in a womb. And how did that person become pregnant, right? Something had to come together, right? The negative and the positive, or something had to come, the opposites had to come together, right, in order to produce that. And so, but it also represents emotions, right? You're putting your low vibration emotions under submission. You know what you know about certain people. You know that they will use anything to keep you in that demonic circle, right? Like I said, including inviting you to their church, telling you, hey, this is part of our community. See, I haven't even done a teaching on secret societies yet. But I will. I'm already gathering all the information to really, really bring quality content to you all, so you all can understand. But source is inside of you. Get back on your throne. Your ancestors have messages for you. God has messages for you. God is already in you. So God is going to tell you, hey, ask me to show this in a dream, or whatever, or you're going to start asking God, show me in a dream, show me, listening to a song, show me in ways that's going to make sense to me, give me the strength. So like I said, I see a lot of you all at a higher frequency. So I don't see you sitting in front of that vault. I see that somebody has made a decision and they're riding with themselves. Some of you all know exactly who is in your corner. Somebody could have an Aquarius in their life who represents a guardian angel for them, where you are tuned in to that energy that's like a guardian angel for them. We're not talking about an Aquarius that could have broken your heart. We're talking about somebody who could have Aquarius in their chart because Uranus is attached to, it's one of Aquarius's ruling planets. Or you could have Aquarius in your chart and you're just at a higher frequency. Yeah. Yes. Yep. Here we have the Tower card, representing somebody. Some of you all, like I say, are going to start understanding just how spiritually gifted you are, and information is going to come to you lightning fast, right? That's why sometimes when people feel like I'm not getting the answers in church and I'm not getting the answers from this group, they come over to tarot and they realize, okay, wow, all of a sudden I'm having this breakthrough. I have this epiphany, like, okay, I'm getting some answers that I really, really felt like I needed to get some answers. Anything that I share with you all, I really want you all to go fact check it yourself. I pulled out the Bible because I know a lot of you all feel like, okay, I was raised in a religious household and I was taught that this kind of stuff is evil. I need you all to go back to the text then. Really, I need you to go back to what's familiar to you all. I need you to read it yourself. And then, because every single word has power, every single word has a meaning. Water is your creativity. It's what nourishes people. Imagine if we didn't have water here on earth. It's what nourishes us. That's what we use to take baths and showers with. It's what we use when we're detoxing to flush those toxins out of our spirit, right? So many benefits to water. Even Jesus is called the living water. So wake up to your higher selves, right? You all are highly spiritually gifted. And so a lot of this information that's coming through to somebody right now could be scaring them. But Source is giving you time and money in your favor for you to, because expansion is here, right? I'm going to put this right here because the Temperance card is attached to Sagittarius. Some of you all have Sagittarius in your chart. Some of you all have Aquarius in your chart, right? So some of you all may feel like, man, I felt foolish. Get out of that headspace. Get out of the head. This is the Fool card. Full and upright does not mean you're foolish or made poor decisions. You had to learn some lessons. And so now you're healing those dark spaces within yourselves. This right here is attached to Aquarius right here. So again, some of you all have Sagittarius in your chart and some of you all have Aquarius in your chart. And it's going to hit somebody like a bolt of lightning. Like all of a sudden, like some gets hit by a bolt of lightning. It just hits you like immediately, like boom. All your whole belief system that you thought about certain things are torn down. And you start looking in yourself and saying, wow, there's been a lot of energies around me with a vested interest. You're going to start just seeing people differently. You can start seeing some of your mom or dad could be jealous of you. You can start seeing people around you who were jealous of you. You can start seeing that the person that you was sleeping next to in the bed was the enemy. You can start seeing a whole lot of the person you thought you wanted so bad as the enemy. Right? And so again, any tricky relationships in your life right now, and we're talking about water again, we're talking about sex, that you're engaging, I got to be direct with you guys, that you're engaging in sexual intercourse with, or you have engaged in sexual intercourse with, and you know that relationship is tricky, pull out your sword. They need you more than you need them. Pull out the sword, weigh the pros and cons. They are an energy leak. Don't look at who they're connected to. Don't look at, those connections maybe a way for you to get into an industry or a literary thing or music industry or whatever, or, finishing out college or whatever. Don't look at them and being a ways to an end, because Source is already in you saying, I'm going to get you there regardless. If they're disobedient, they're going to experience a tower card, a tower moment, right? If they're using sex or creativity, right? Is saying, well, you know what? I have contact. Let's say if you're an artist, right? You're an artist, and that's pure creativity right there. You're an artist, and you're like, I know these other artists I can put you in contact with. Well, if that's the truth, this is your logical mind. If that is the truth, why aren't they bigger than they are? Why do they need you? Why do they need you for money? Why do they need you? They need you for money. They need you because they see it in you. They see this all over you, money. They need you for money. They need you to help pay their bills. They need you for a lot of things. They need that connection. And we're not talking about just paper money and coins. They need your connection. They need the fact that you work hard and you've risen to the top ranks of your career. They want to be connected to all of that. Recognize what you're dealing with. Recognize what you're dealing with, right? Because Source is sending big money across your path. I'm going to tell you what's happening right now. Source is putting a lot of things together for you, aligning you with some people that you may have been across their path maybe once or twice, but they are very well connected. And they're connected in the business sense. I'm talking about that can get you big money. They are much more connected to a person you may be sleeping next to, saying, well, I can introduce you to this person, I can introduce you to that person, and you see they don't have a whole lot going on. They went about it the wrong way. So they are just a lesson for you. That's it. But like Jesus told the devil, and when the devil came back the second time, Jesus said, oh no. That's when you saw something, fire rise up in Jesus' spirit. What did Jesus say? Get clearing all the negative energy. Get away from me, Satan. Get away from me. And see how happy you are when you get away from certain energies? Get away from me. And this is how you come across the people. Somebody who has watered their own self. This is where I'm not looking for you for sex, because your sex is confusing. It's very low vibrating energy, right? Yeah, so I know that I'm a nice person. So this water right here, this cups energy represents water. I see that the way I grew up may be different than the way that you grew up, but I'll be darned if you're going to use that against me, because God has had me on this path my whole life. So the reason I may have moved around a lot is because God already knew that I'm going to be traveling all over the world. So God was positioning me when I was a kid to move around a lot. Somebody better get with it. Somebody better get with it, right? So again, they have what you need. They have what you need, right? You're the one that's the sweetheart. You're the one who knows how to water your own soil. You're an earth sign. That's why it says soil. You know how to water your own earth. You don't need them, and they know it. And let me tell you, as sure as I'm sitting here, as sure as the sun rises and sets every day, because I got to get real direct with you guys. As sure as the sun rises and sets every single day, they are going to fall if they say anything or do anything or think anything negative about you. Anything. Word, thought, or deed. In case y'all haven't read the book, God Wins in the End. Their arms are too short to box with God. They thought they were going to get you in a place of isolation. See, what some of y'all don't understand is that when you lose loved ones and you're at that low period in your life, you're crying, you're sad, here they come, presenting, seeming like they're the perfect person in your life. You got to be real careful. That's why, especially if you just leave a job, you a loved one in your family dies, anything where something has ended, like permanently ended, and you're in a rebirth, and that's a new space for you to be in, that's when you need to really every single day be in prayer. God, what is this before me? Even especially if it seems too good to be true. That's how crafty the enemy is. That's why the enemy took Jesus up to the mountain. But who do you think allowed the devil to take Jesus up to the mountain? God. God allowed it to happen for a reason. Somebody is really, really already on the cusp. Somebody is on the cusp of making a lot of money and a lot of connections. A lot of money and a lot of connections. Pay attention. Here we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups. Somebody has really been emotionally lamenting over this. Because it's like kind of like teetering between, okay, let me tell you the least amount of cards here, what I'm looking at here. We're talking about in terms of percentages, because you got a lot of major things that's happening in your life. Like literally everything is riding on you ascending higher and letting God expose those energies around you. One, the devil, let's call that energy by its name, which is your lower self, your carnal mind, and the metaphysical, has a vested interest, particularly in you, Capricorn, to pull you backwards. So if you have Capricorn anywhere in your chart, the enemy is trying to cause fear, doubt, anything. If I leave this thing, if I leave this job, or I leave this romantic relationship at my age, I'm not going to find anything, right? The way I look, I'm not going to find anything. They're not hiring X, Y, and Z. Come out of that old world way of thinking. In case y'all haven't figured it out, we're in a whole new world. And that P word and that C word, for some of you all who need proof, told you that. You can see it. Everybody's online. Everybody's on a digital platform, right? So like I said before, in case you're thinking that if I sever ties with certain things, it's not going to look good for me. Source is saying, I'm telling you, raise your frequency. Look at yourself. Look at what God has done for you in your spirit, Capricorn. What has God done for you without them? Do you really need them? The answer is no. You don't even have to sit there with that question. The answer is no. They are not the only person on the planet. We have almost 9 billion people on the planet, and the way technology is right now with the World Wide Web, you're reaching people on all of the continents right now. Get back into this wholeness. That's why I don't refer to God as a he. It tells you in the book of Numbers. Go check it out. But God embodies, and God is inside of each one of us. God embodies divine masculine and divine feminine, which is inside of you. Doesn't matter what your gender is, but that is what's inside of you. You do not need them, whoever they are, that's causing you to be in this 5 of Cups energy, lamenting over something. Am I making the right decision? Yes, you made a right decision to sever ties with them. Take your water back. Take your emotions back. Take your sex back from them. Take your creativity back from them. They need you, and they know it. That's why they're shaking in their boots. Their knees are knocking. Their teeth are chattering right now. But your ancestors said, we on go. We ready. If you give us a head nod, a blink, breathe extra heavy, Capricorn, we coming. We coming to get them. And God is like, no. This is a lesson that Capricorn needs to learn. Capricorn needs to learn who's inside of them. No matter how isolated you may be from your family and how many times they offer you sex or how many times they offer you to join them in church, it doesn't really matter. Your ancestors are ready. They're like, so God said, I'm going to give you some more time, Capricorn, so that you do not repeat the cycle this time. Stop putting all of these people over you. Like they have, you're the one that needs to get back on your throne. This is not arrogance. This is where you deserve to be. You are your ancestors. You are your ancestors been waiting for you to be born. As soon as you came out the womb, they was fighting over you. No, that's my baby. That's my baby. Of course, you got a couple of haters in the family because they don't see themselves as that. But whatever. We're talking about what God had planned for you. God planned to put you on this throne. God planned to put you on the throne. Wake up. Let's keep it moving. 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 See, you got to pay attention to the people around you who really is not, they genuinely care for you, emotionally, genuinely love you. They genuinely care for you. They're not trying to get money from you. They're not trying to be connected to you for status. Those are the ones that like celebrities may have. Celebrities, when I say celebrity, I'm not just talking about people that you see on like the entertainers or whatever. I'm talking about people who have, has some sort of notoriety. Their face was on the cover of Forbes magazine, or they made some list or whatever. Like now, people you didn't know about, now you know about them because they made the blogs or whatever. I'm talking about that kind of stuff. A lot of them have people in their inner circle that don't want to be seen. They're not mentioning them every other word to say, oh, I'm connected to this celebrity, I'm connected to that celebrity, because they genuinely care about you. They genuinely love you. They genuinely have your best interest at heart. Those are the people that you want to stay connected to. But then there are some people that's in your circle who every time you turn around, they want to be connected to you. You see the people. It's like sometimes I used to meet them in church. They were sometimes the armor bearers, sometimes to pastors. Oh, their chest is stuck out. I know Pastor so-and-so. I can get a word to Pastor so-and-so. And I'm connected to Pastor so-and-so. And so that's their title. But they don't even know who they are. And again, I'm not talking about all armor bearers in church. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about ministerial staff. I'm just talking about a spirit of energy, right? You'll know exactly who they are. They want to say that they gave you an opportunity. They wanted to say you live with them. They want to say that they want to be a part of your world. You got to dig deep, Capricorn, and see yourself, see God in you. All right, so let's close it out. Here we have the Knight of Swords. I do see somebody charging through their emotions and getting their power back. Somebody getting their power back. I love it. I love it. I love it. You charging through those emotions. All you need was just a little bit of fire in you, just a flicker of a flame in you to take action, to start getting that blowtorch out and getting that negative energy out of your mind so you can stay focused. People want to be more connected to you because of your connections than you connected to them, because they know they don't really have anything to offer you. Your heart is in the right place. You're a very loyal sign, Capricorn, but they know they don't have anything really to offer you. So if somebody left your life, just move on. Here we have the journal. A journal. This right here lets me know the number 29 is reduces to the number 11. 11 is the number of light. Source is saying, get off the fence and step into your own light. You do not need them on your arm to look a certain way for status or whatever. I'm putting you in the circles you deserve to be in without them. Get your mind together. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. All right, so yeah, let's get it together. So yeah, when I look at your cards here, I see that somebody wants this relationship so bad. Have y'all ever seen like some very powerful people, and you look at their spouse and you see their spouse is like somebody that, and this is not judging anybody, but you have to ask yourself, how did that come about? How did that come about? Because when you look at this person, they deserve better, right? And this is so multi-layered. This is what I'm saying. This is no judgment whatsoever. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Some couples just look like he or she is in such a powerful position. There must be something insecure. There must be some insecurity in them for them to be linked with that person, right? There must be some insecurity for that person to be linked with them. You don't want to be that person. And what I'm seeing here in the cards is that somebody wants the family and the money and the influence so bad. It's like you're willing to lower your standard to get it. Just because that person may offer you great sex, or that person may, offer you, it seems like that person has what you need, like creativity or whatever the case may be. I need y'all to raise your frequency. Seriously, I need you to raise your frequency so God can put you in a circle so you're not frustrated when you go home, having to look at that and deal with that kind of energy, constantly looking at you is like, well, I don't like this friend, I don't like that friend, I don't like that friend, when you know those people to have your best interest at heart. I don't like this person, I don't like that person, or whatever. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Adjustments are required. That's what I see when I look at your cards. Adjustments are required. Somebody doesn't have enough fire in them to fire some people around you that it would be out of balance, because they would love to be able to say, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have this connection, that connection, this connection, that connection. Get your ego out of the way. Get your ego out of the way and fire them. Fire them. Don't look at the amount of years you've known them or any of that. Just fire them. Sever ties and move on. Let's pull one last card, Capricorn, before we close out your reading. Let's pull one last card before we close out your reading, Here we have 1010. I am patient. That's right. That's why we got and this is my wind blowing it over, so I don't want anybody to be superstitious. That's why we have the Wheel of Fortune right here. God wants you to be patient with yourself in this process. You don't need to lament over this. All you need to do is spend some time identifying the energy leak so you can see it on paper, and also praying to God. Is this right, God? Give me something. Expose somebody. Show something where I know I'm headed in the right direction. God said, I'm glad you finally opened your mouth and asked. Right? I am patient. Right? You're going to be patient with God so that God can show you some things. Keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your good, your highest good. Trust that your angels are working behind the scenes to help you. 1010 is your number. 1010 is your number. I love it. I love it. I love it. Again, get ready to open up that vault, because when you look back at a pattern of behavior in your life and how you dated certain people, you got to look at yourself and how you, what did you accept? Why did you keep on coming in contact with certain types of people? What were they offering you? What were they offering you that you didn't already have within yourself? Maybe they put a fire up under you, right? Because we see this, the least card here is the Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Maybe they put a fire up under you that you just felt like, okay, this person is very passionate. This person just inspires me or whatever. What is it about you that you can't put fire up under yourself and inspire yourself? Right? Because trust me, if you're putting all of that energy into them, they're going to come back around and say, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have this, that, and the other. Leave them on their own. Leave them, just move on. That's what I have for you, and I will see you all on Sunday. But this is your Friday reading, and excuse me if it was extended, but I need to pull out a Bible on you guys, because your card is the Devil card, and that's what's trying to pull you guys back the most. And again, if you have Aquarius, and Sagittarius in your chart, I'm talking to you too, because that's what's really trying to pull y'all backwards, because you all are the finishers. You all are the sign that gets the job done. Like when they put you on a project at work, you're going to get it done on the very last day. You're not just leaving things just any kind of way. That's how professional you all are. But I need you to raise your frequency and see that the enemy is really trying to go in hard to recruit you and will use anything to pull you backwards. But your ancestors said, try it. Just please try. We ready. That's your ancestors, right? That's what I have for you, and I will see you all on Sunday. Bye.